Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Autism Stories. I'm your host, Doug Bletcher, the founder of Autism Personal Coach. Autistic people are the true experts of the autistic experience, and Autism Stories is where we interview autistic people to learn from their diverse stories, experiences, and get their insights. If you would like to be notified about each week's episode of Autism Stories, we suggest you subscribe on your favorite podcast listening platform. Today's episode unfortunately had some technical errors, so we had to use an AI voice for today's guest, Jake Batista. However, all the words you hear are from Jake, and Jake joins us to discuss teaching neurodivergent swimmers at the Goldfish Swim School. We hope you enjoy today's conversation. Jake, thanks so much for joining me here on Autism Stories. I'd love to start off by learning, where does your story in the autistic community begin?
My story starts when I was in elementary school, so a childhood friend of mine I knew growing up. His mom was a speech therapist teacher for kids at school, and she also worked with a lot of kids on the spectrum. And one day after I'm leaving my friend's house, she talks to my parents and suggests that I might be autistic. So after that, we go, I don't really remember the name or the place, but we go to some facility where they diagnosed people on the spectrum. And I didn't really understand it at the time. I kind of thought this was something like all kids kind of went through because, again, I'm like only in the fourth or fifth grade. I can't remember which grade. And I didn't fully understand my diagnosis actually until I was in middle school. That was when, I got a better understanding about it. And ever since then, I've just kind of like accepted it as like a part of myself. That's where a majority of it begins, pretty much.
Drowning is one of the leading cause of deaths of autistic children, so we need more programs to help address this critical issue. And I bring that up because you work with the Goldfish Swim School, where you provide adaptive swim lessons to children. What are some important things that you think those that do provide swim lessons should consider when providing those lessons to autistic students?
The main thing I would say people definitely need when it comes to dealing with autistic swimmers is just patience. Like, there's going to be some days where the kids are going to have like a really good day and they're going to be willing to like try a little more. And then there are going to be days where, like they're having like a rough day in something. Or when I was younger, like if I was off of my little like routine, I was having a bad day. So patience and understanding. And I think that's like the main thing. Other things I would say is like a little space where like you can just work with the kid. At least for like, I know at Goldfish, we have like a bunch of little balls that we used to like sometimes the kids love to play with. There's this one kid, he loves this little like, it's kind of like I want to say a little frying pan. It's got holes in the bottom where water drops out of heat, really, especially pulling it over its head. So things like that.
One of my favorite words is momentum, and I'm wondering if there are ways that the Goldfish Swim School works with parents to develop that momentum, or possibly kind of the maintenance or growth of the skills that are taught to the children in your program.
Can you please rephrase that question?
Yeah, so I guess I'm wondering, you teach kids a lot of great skills in your program, but I'm wondering, like, how do you help to support parents to kind of make sure like these skills are not being continuing to be developed outside of your program?
So I kind of let the parents know this is just for me. I let the parents know the skill. So, we're working on a school interviews and I let them know, hey, goodness is a fake name. Say, oh, Billy, just having a lot of fun today, but he was struggling, trying to float on his back because he wasn't comfortable being in the water on his back or something like that. And I would just say that is some of the parents can work on with young kids on their own if they want to, or, being consistent by showing up to classes because, some parents don't have a pool.
As a child, I remember when I did swim, spending the majority of the time by myself in the pool. As looking back, it was difficult for me to initiate communication and play with others. So, through the Goldfish Swim School, you use the science of swim play to support your learners with guided play. What have been some of the benefits you've seen from autistic children with this methodology?
I feel like some of the where it's like you don't have some sensory toys or swim nets or these little platforms that the kids can only play on, or we can put rings on them if they don't want to go all the way down to the bottom. To at least I can develop them playing games in the water, but also the skills as well. So it's not just, oh, we're working on this today. Looks like we're looking to have some fun with it.
Now, the ways that we as autistic people learn can be much more different than neurotypical people. So, being that you are a certified lifeguard, are there certain ways you think it would be helpful to autistic people that want to become lifeguards and all neurodivergent learners through the lifeguard certification process?
So for me, I've been lifeguarding, or at least I've been certified as lifeguarding for almost 10 years. I was definitely nervous at first because it was my first job. And honestly, for me, it just really helped to have people who understood my background, where I was coming from, and as well as having family that, support me. And so that really helped, as well as a bunch of, I didn't make friends at first. It took me a while, where just, getting to know people slowly and, finding the one to just understand. It helps build the confidence where I've been doing this since I was 16, and I've just been recertified so many times. And it's now to the point for me where I've gone from a person who's needed encouragement to encouraging others. So it's like being my favorite investor. So for me, it's more of making sure you have somebody in your corner. Because if you just have one person believing in you, that's enough. If you have just one person who keeps on letting you know it, you can do it. Yeah, that's pretty much the main thing to do. It's just something that you know that you can do it.
I'm going to guess that since you're a certified lifeguard and support children to learn how to swim, that water has been something helpful to you in your life. So, thinking about that, what benefits has water brought to you?
For me, swimming has always been a somewhat of an escape from other things. Yeah, like if I had a bad day at school, or I got into it working with my friends or my family. I've been swimming my whole life. I've I've been on a swim team since I was 5 years old, and now I'm coaching that swim team. So, yeah, it's just providing me a little bit of an escape for, I'm stressed about something, or it's where I don't have to focus on it. I can just focus on something else for at least a little bit. It's mainly been a part of my life ever since my grandma passed away. There was a bit where I stopped, but I don't do competitive anymore, but I've just been going back to at least swimming laps. When my grandma passed away, it was a thing to do.
I I could understand that. I've dealt with grief in the last couple of years, and finding those things just to help with that definitely is super important. And then lastly, Jake, how can our listeners learn about the Goldfish Swim School beyond this interview?
So, there are many helpful tools, like the Goldfish Swim website. It has a lot of information about how to sign up for classes, the different levels, and we'll select your level, dealing with many different things, autism included. They've been really kind to me. I've only been working there for a few months, but they've been really kind to me, and they've provided me a really nice work environment.
Well, Jake, I really appreciated the conversation. Thanks so much for joining me here on Autism Stories. Thanks so much to Jake for the conversation. To learn more about the Goldfish Swim School, please check out the link in the podcast description for this episode. We always love hearing from you, and would especially love to hear from you relating to this episode on if you enjoy swimming, and if so, what is your favorite part of this experience? Did you know Autism Personal Coach provides neurodiversity affirming support by autistics for autistics? We empower autistic adults and teens to be the best version of their authentic selves through customized life coaching and our community groups. We also support parents and partners of autistic people by providing insights and guidance to bridge communication gaps and nurture mutual understanding. So please visit autismpersonalcoach.com to begin your experience of judgment free coaching rooted in empathy, expertise, and respect for autistic identity. Until next time, I'm Doug Bletcher of Autism Personal Coach. Talk to you then.